Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Space Case. This is Charlie Chopshop, your game master, right here on the Chopshop Network, and I am joined by the crew of Space Case, and we are going to play some Stars Without Number role-playing game. This is episode 8. We are still following our characters as they make their way through the Skya 7 asteroid base, also known as Vlad's Place, the casino. And we're joined by our cast, which is Guy Flanell, played by Ruben. How are you doing, Ruben?
I'm doing good, dude. I'm excited.
Me
I'm
too.
excited to come back.
Yes, I'm sorry it's been so long, friends. We also have Rara playing karate. How you doing, Rara?
Hello.
We got Falsries playing Hikari Jinsoku,
Hello.
and we have Easy Sailor playing Jupiter Dangle.
Hi, my name is Dick Spider-Man.
Um, and welcome back, everybody. Sorry it's been a few weeks. This, we're hoping, is going to be the final episode of this season of Space Case. We're probably going to shut down this storyline for a while, but I feel like we're probably going to revisit it a few months down the road when we're ready for a season 3, because we are doing season 2 with a different group. So I think every other season we'll try and switch between our two groups. I think is kind of the way we're going to end up doing it. But yeah, hopefully this will be our last episode. It might end up being a 2-part episode, depending on how things go. But we'll see. And so let's kind of talk about what happened last time. It's been quite a while since we played, so I know people may not remember exactly kind of what happened. But basically, things have been escalating here at Vlad's Place, the asteroid base casino. So when we left off, Guy and Jupiter had met back up. Jupiter got an employee of the asteroid base to help him find his uncle or his dad or something like that. I don't remember exactly what lie he used. And basically, he whined until this employee took him in the back area where they found Guy. But at the same time, Guy and Jupiter, you guys kind of ran into a guard. And Guy had just escaped from the prison that they keep, this little jail they keep in the back area. So the guard, of course, recognized you as a prisoner immediately. And Jupiter smashed his head against a wall in a hallway and killed him. And I think you guys, if I remember, hid the body and looked for vac suits in the med bay area or something like that.
Yeah, I believe that's what was going on.
And the real goal here was Jupiter was sent on a mission from Eddie, the drug producer manufacturer here, to go blow up the tram. I don't know if you remember that. The idea was you were supposed to get a vac suit, leave the biosphere area, go find this tram, which heads to their quote-unquote meta milk mine, which is what they were using to make all the drugs, the Unicron. So he sent you to go blow it up, Jupiter. He gave you some explosives, and he asked you to go find a vac suit, make your way out there, and as soon as you blow it up, he told you he was just going to storm Vlad's office and basically try and blow it up. So that's where we left Jupiter and Guy. They were heading towards the biosphere, to the surface of the asteroid. They were going to head out, actually, onto the asteroid, out of the biosphere, and try and sabotage this tram. And
Also, oh, sorry, Charlie. I was just gonna say, if I remember correctly, I do have a couple ex-prisoners with me as well. Correct, or did they stick around?
no, that you do still have them with you. Their names. Do you remember their names?
No.
I have them written down. Hold on. Where's my notes? Here we go.
They were very important and addicted to some sort of something.
Yeah. Oh no, where's my notes? These ain't the right notes. I believe their names were oh man, I wish I could remember. I wish I had the right notebook. I thought I got the right one. Hold on a second here. I think I just got to flip back. Here we go.
For some reason, okay, go for it.
Their names were
I want to say Karen.
yeah,
Was Karen one?
Karen was the lady, yes. And oh man, I really got to remember these NPCs' names better. We got Eddie, Tad the concierge, Sal the waitress, Gary or Billy the pit boss, depending on what episode. Same person though. Eddie / Nova, Nita, Aurora, Sal the waitress. I just have the same names written over and over. Gordo, Carolyn and James Dorchester. I can't believe I don't have their names written down.
Gordo was one of them because I remember making a Goro joke.
Gordo
about a guy fighting Goro.
is a different person. Gordo is the person who is with Hikari. He's the young drug dealer with the pink hair and like the AR display, like a young queer spacer.
All right then.
Shit, I can't believe I don't have his name. I totally have it written down somewhere, but we'll move on for now. I'll hopefully just remember.
I mean, either way, guy's gonna call him Greg. So it really doesn't matter what his actual name is.
That
Guy's
is-
just gonna call him Greg.
That is true.
How about Tammy and Doug?
It's definitely Karen and someone, I think.
I was gonna say Benny and Jet.
We'll do Karen and Doug for now. God, I wish I could.
Captain and Tennille.
Yes, Muskrat Love.
Ziggy and Major Tom.
Cher and Sunny.
Okay, all right. So, while you guys were heading out of the biosphere to commit this sabotage to blow up the tram, let's see, Karate had met up with Eddie in that time, and Karate, Octavia, and Eddie were planning to steal a spaceship keys or launch protocol from the valet. That was the idea, to go down to the front desk, try and steal a startup code for a spaceship, and then the three of you were going to try and basically figure out a plan from there to kill Vlad or something of that sort with bombs and explosives. But you wanted to have an escape option first, obviously. So that's where we had left off. Karate, Eddie, and Octavia had headed downstairs from Eddie's suite to the front desk to try and steal a spaceship code from the concierge. We left off Hikari and Gordo. Hikari, you were with Gordo. He came to you basically saying, like, they're going to kidnap Aurora. They're going to kill me. And you're like, who? And you're like, and he tells you, these emissaries from this weird cult. They wear black robes. And he's like, they were following me when I came here. When we leave, I'm worried they're going to try and jump me. And when they left, in fact, they did. The leader of this guy, the kind of dude in black robes, teleported through a wall at you. I don't know if you remember that, with his psionic power. And you shot him through the face with a laser pistol. And I think you left his body there and just ran out as quick as you could. I can't remember.
I think we could just say it did.
That's how I recall.
I left it out. Yeah.
I think it was just you guys were in a hurry to go find the others, kind of, or to get to Aurora before things went bad. And the guy did pull a gun and shoot at you first. And then you shot him in the face. So that's kind of where we left everybody off. So let's pick it back up with Guy and Jupiter as you sabotage the tram. Now, I don't actually want to roleplay out this whole sabotaging the tram part. I want to summarize this a little bit so we can get into the action. We're going to go ahead and say you both were able to, with your friends from the jail, sabotage this mining tram on the face of the asteroid. And when we rejoin today, you are on the way back to the biodome in your vac suits. So what I want you to do, we're going to use a little trick out of the Fate Core rulebook here. Easy, why don't you describe to me how Jupiter sabotaged the tram real quick? Just like sum it up really briefly. What was it, what went into it?
Jupiter walked along the side of it, just kind of slapping the explosives on the side as haphazardly as possible. They're not really stuck on there with that well, and hopefully they'll stay.
You're like literally just walking around like the pillars that hold this tram up and slapping plastic explosives on them. How did you get out into the atmosphere, or the rather lack of atmosphere on the surface of the asteroid? Like, how did you get out of the front gate? Did you just tell them you were going back to your spaceship, or like pretended to be employees there?
Well, yeah. So I had Guy with me here, and the security saw us walking up in these vac suits, and I'm this giant guy just kind of stuffed in this vac suit, kind of, you can see my head like hunched over, and it fits kind of awkwardly on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of dragging this elderly fellow who, he's having a heart attack as we're walking towards the gate. And the guards can only hear him screaming out for Doug, or whatever. I forgot the name that he always calls people.
Greg,
yeah. He's just calling out for Greg. He has to get back to Greg. And sorry, my baby is talking behind me. Anyways, So I'm dragging him and I'm screaming, "Grandpa, I gotta get you back to the ship. I gotta get you back to the ship."
Okay, and they started like
they're
probably
"What the fuck?"
they probably started trying to call a shuttle or a valet for you because that's how you got here from the shipyard in the first place, if you recall.
Yeah, but literally as I'm dragging this elderly fellow screaming for Greg, I just kind of toss one of them out of the way and hit the emergency exit button, and the shit flies open and we step through
Okay,
out into the surface.
all right. And at that point, they're like, "I'm not going after him. Like, they can deal with their own shit." Um, all right, great. So now what I want to know about from Guy is Guy, as Jupiter, besides you faking a heart attack to get outside, as he described, what do you do to complicate this situation where Jupiter's trying to plant bombs on this like pillar for this huge tram system that runs across the face of the asteroid?
Yeah, I would say that I'm going through and making sure that they all work.
Okay. How did you
Like-
complicate it though? What made his life harder when he was trying to set these charges? And then how did you ultimately resolve it for him too?
Oh yeah, how did I complicate it? Oh,
Mhm.
I would say that like, well, my literal existence being in the way of him and just kind of like trying to move around as he's like carrying me in his like, makeshift baby Bjorn.
I
And
also
I'm just kind of in the way.
I also imagine you probably left your friends from the jail like trying to distract the guards possibly. So I feel like on the way there it was like kind of dealing with them. Like you're just so nice. You know what I mean? You wouldn't stop like friendly chatting with the other two.
Yeah, I kept wanting to know about Greg and Karen or Doug and what I mean their names don't matter because I'm calling them the wrong name anyway. But I just keep telling them stories and like I want to hear their stories and like I'm telling them how much they mean to me and how special they are.
It's the first time you've ever heard Jupiter actually try and like be like, you need to focus on this right now. Um, anyway, yeah. So you guys eventually make it outside in your vac suits. You get the explosives planted, and you start trudging back across the irradiated, airless surface of this asteroid. It has almost no gravity, very very low gravity. So you have to kind of go slow and bounce a little bit as you make your way back to the biosphere. So, just then, let's jump over to Octavia, Eddie, who are with you, Karate. And so, when we left you all, you were heading down to the biosphere, which is the map you see now. And you were going to try and go. So, this map's a little confusing. This giant fountain area here is elevated. So, you can actually walk back underneath it this way. And this is where, like, the front desk is here. It's underneath the fountain. It looks like it's in the fountain on the map, but you walk kind of up underneath of it. So you three are there trying to talk to security, and Eddie is trying to distract the guards to get, like, these keys, right? He wants to get some kind of way to start one of the spaceships or steal a spaceship key from behind the counter. And you tell me what is going wrong as the three of you are talking to the security guards and trying to convince them to leave or not pay attention or to give you a key. What happens to like that goes wrong? That's what I want to know here.
I think what goes wrong is they're just increasingly suspicious based on rumors about what's going on in the rest of the casino.
Mm-hmm. And if you remember, these are the same, like, this is the same front desk where you had to, like, schmooze some guards before and act like you knew a guy to get upstairs.
Right. And it's kind of, like, not really working the second time.
Okay. I'll say, well, luckily he's probably gone, but he, like, told the other night guard, like, there's this chick, that, like, I know from way back, and she's upstairs. So, like, he tries to talk you up. And, like, the things you're telling him are inconsistent from what you heard from what he heard from the other guy. And just as he's starting to get suspicious, I think, let's see. I think that's when you hear an alarm go off, Karate. Like, lights start flashing up high on the walls. All of the overhead lights shut down, and just these blinking red lights and spotlights shine all over the room. And it's just like, alert, 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 emergency, all security personnel to the casino. And, like, they're just, like, shouting, like, all this crazy shit over the intercom. And just as that happens, the two security guards at the front desk are like, huh? And, like, they pick up their weapons and, like, run back and hit the button for the big kind of service elevator that brings you down into the casino. They are done talking to you. They are heeding whatever this message is yelling at them about. So as they run away, the desk is unoccupied except for, like, just a helper bot that's, like, wired into the desk. You know what I mean? They can't, like, get up and walk away. and isn't really intelligent, just does basic concierge stuff. So they go rushing away, and they're like waiting for this service elevator. What do you do?
I'm trying. What am I trying to get from the front desk? The keys, right?
Mhm.
Or
To a space, yeah,
okay.
steal a spaceship that they have from the valet.
I want to run behind the front desk and see if I can't find the keys anywhere.
Okay, you do see multiple like keys. They don't look like your standard car key per se, but you do see multiple keys like hanging in a locked like little case with a clear glass window, like a little cabinet built underneath the desk.
Can I go ahead and try to break it?
Yeah, I don't think you even need to roll just to like put your elbow through it. So you shatter the glass. You kind of like peek around, make sure no one's watching. There are guards like way on the far side by the entrance, but it's pretty loud in here. There's other like guests walking around in the lobby and stuff like that. And now those alarms are going off, so all the guards are kind of like frantically talking to each other and checking in with their stations. So yeah, you just go ahead and bust the glass. It seems like no one really notices. And there's just like 20 keys of just all different models of spaceship laid out in front of you.
Okay. Is there any way I can detect which key I might need, or?
Yeah, you could look for like a spaceship model you recognize. Let's see. Let's have you roll. You're gonna get one regardless. I'm more interested in like
maybe a no check.
yeah, I think no. I think no intelligence probably. You could actually, because you have work. I'm gonna say you could do work because you've worked with some small spaceships in the past, right? Probably being an industry worker. Hold on, I can't see.
Oops.
A 5.
It was a 5.
All right. Let me fix the dice roller here real fast so I can see it too. There we go. So a 5 is going to be a failure. You don't recognize any of them, so you just grab one.
Damn it.
It says...
What if I grabbed all of them?
Yeah, sure. If that's what you want to do, by all means. So you just grab like a handful, like 10 different Starship keys, like start stuffing them into your satchel or your pockets or whatever you have. And they all have like tags and brand names and stuff on them. So you'll probably be able to start like comparing them once you get out to the spaceport is your hope. All right, so just then, keep in mind, there's still alarms just blaring like, woo, woo, woo. And Eddie kind of is like getting real nervous looking around. And as you're looking through the keys, he's like, he's like, hurry up, Karate, what are you doing? He's like, this can't be good. He's like, this has to do something with your friends. I guarantee it.
Okay, so I get up and kind of stuff all the keys into my backpack, and I go, okay, like we got to go find those guys. We got to get out of here. One of these keys is going to be something that we can fly.
He's like, great, let's go. And you guys turn and start running. And just as you do, you notice 2 guards coming across from the front gate. And one of them's like talking on the radio on his shoulder. And he says something like, he's like, hey, you, stop. We need to see your credentials. He's like trying to stop you as you are both walking back, like away.
I point to a point right behind him, and I'm like, stop, thief! Trying to distract him, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make a talk check. Or, you know what? Is there a performance skill? I can't remember what the skill list is always.
There is a perform.
Yeah, why don't you try and do a perform? You could do like a charisma perform.
Please work.
A 7. It does. He's like, huh?
Yes!
And he like turns and like the other way. They both have their guns drawn, by the way. One of them like turns the other way, and the guy's like, huh? A thief? And then just then, Octavia pulls out her laser pistol and just cracks a shot off at the closest one. Like she doesn't even give a shit anymore. And let's see how that goes for her.
What's the point of a distraction, damn it?
If you say that to her, she's like, everything's going to shit already. She's like, it seems like one of the others is already in fucking trouble downstairs. She's like, I'm tired of waiting. And she just starts blasting off laser pistol shots. Let me...
Can I ask something real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So we blew up the tram because Eddie asked us to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Eddie knows what's going on.
Eddie does, but you haven't heard. The tram hasn't exploded yet. You just planted the explosives and left.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought the alarm was going off because of that. I didn't realize it was something else.
No, and they're calling all the guards down into the casino area as well.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I missed that.
Nope, no worries. We'll get to what it is that's causing it in a minute here. So, holy shit. Octavia's first shot, like, literally pierces a security guard right through the face. Just, like, causes a bloody mess to spray out onto the console and, like, this kind of nice little bench fixture behind him. And bystanders in the lobby just start, like, screaming. And the other guard starts, like, screaming into his radio, like, we need fucking backup upstairs. Hostiles upstairs. And that is where we're gonna, I'm gonna kill this guy real quick. That's where we're gonna roll initiative. Hold on one second. All right, so select your token, and we'll get to Jupiter and Guy in a minute because you guys aren't quite here yet. But open your sheet, select your token, Karate, open your sheet, and then click the initiative button in the top right. Okay.
Did it work?
Yes, you got a 7. And
Yay.
let me roll for the other two real fast. Oops. And let me roll for the security guards. All right. So Octavia actually gets to go first. I'm going to consider her first one a surprise attack. So 2 more guards start like coming down from an upper level of the biosphere, running down some stairs over here. And Octavia takes a shot at one of them. And she's like, take fucking cover. She like yells at you, Karate. And actually she's going to run, before she takes the shot, she's going to run around to the back side of the counter here. And like duck down behind cover and like pop up and try and take like an aimed shot at the guard across the way there with her laser pistol.
Okay. So she took her shot. Is it my
Hold on, I'm still
action?
rolling for her. So she got a 16 against 16 armor class and does 3 damage. So she shoots one of the guards across the way coming down the stairs in the arm. Like blasts a hole in him immediately. He like cries out in pain and drops down, but you see him like pulling himself back up on the rail. He's not fully down yet, just hit. Yeah, and actually I gotta. All right, and that's Octavia's turn.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and like jump over the desk, and also take a shot from behind the desk.
Okay.
Shoot would be which? Is it dexterity?
So actually, your gun is listed somewhere on your sheet. If you just click that, it'll roll everything it needs to, I believe. You have like an attack section possibly or something like that. I know it's been like we've really done almost no battle in this campaign. Hold on, let me
Hang on, I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, let me look at a sheet real quick to tell you better.
Oh, I see it. Okay, wait, hang on.
Why can't I find you guys' sheets?
Combat rifle, 1d12 damage.
Yep, so go ahead and click that.
We're under NPCs/characters.
I see.
All right, got a 15.
Okay, his armor class is a 16. It like knocks him in the chest and makes a loud like plink as he like it tears away at the fabric. You can see he has like combat armor on under his clothes, and it actually knocks him flat on the ground as he starts like pulling himself back up. It doesn't deal any damage. And that was the closest one to you?
Yes.
Okay, so he's technically quote unquote prone. You knocked him prone, but didn't do any damage. All right, and yeah, anything else on your turn, Karate? Oh, and go ahead and move your token where you want to be behind the desk there.
No, yeah, that's it. I guess just reload. I don't think I need to reload, but
Not yet.
I'll
No.
just I'll just do that for now.
Okay. You like duck down for cover, I'm assuming as well.
Yeah, duck down for cover.
Okay, the closest security guard for his turn basically just like tries to stumble back to his feet, which uses his entire movement. And he is gonna try and crack a haphazard shot off at Eddie, who's still standing out in front of the desk, like just frozen, not sure what to do, with this duffel bag just full of grenades at his foot. So the security guard takes a shot at Eddie. Rolls a 13 to hit. Eddie's armor class, oh man. Eddie is down. He gets shot like through the neck. And just like gasps, blood sprays back all over Octavia's face, and he just like falls to the floor, like bleeding and shivering and like holding onto his neck. He's definitely, if he's not dead already, he will be dead in the next few rounds if no one helps him, for sure.
Okay, good to know.
All right. Let's see. What other security guards do we have? The one bloodied one is like ducking down under cover and trying to heal, like wrap up his wounds with bandages. The other one up top runs down to the base level floor here. Let's see. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4. He stops at like the bottom of the staircase there. So he can like pop around the corner, and he takes cover as well. He pops around the corner and takes a shot at Octavia. Man, rolling really good. I think Octavia's got a high. It misses. Octavia like ducks her head as like a laser rifle shot, like poof, like right over your head, and like like crackles into the stone wall behind you, just like eating away at the wall. It is now Eddie's turn. He cannot do anything. As he's like choking and blood is just like spilling out of this hole in his throat, he like slides this duffel bag full of grenades from like the front of the counter back to the back of the counter. And like Octavia reaches over and like slides it back behind towards her, and like pulls it over and sets it between the two of you. And she's like, here, use these if you need them, and like zips it open. And you're gonna see it's just like literally full to the brim with like plasma grenades and frag grenades. All right. So round 2. This is when Jupiter and Guy, just as you like get to the airlock at the front of the base, you hear from off in the distance the bombs you set go off, just like it just like you don't hear the noise, but you feel it just rock the entire asteroid that you're standing on. And not only that, Octavia, Karate, and everyone else inside feels it as well. Like everyone drops their knees. It's like an earthquake is happening. Like rubble, things start falling off of shelves all over. Plants and trees that are built into the landscaping inside the biosphere like fall over with loud cracking noises. It rumbles the entire place as the bombs go off. And in the distance, you can just see like this like blue ion explosion as the trams like collapse in on themselves in the distance, Jupiter and Guy. And as you're like coming into the airlock, you are trying to kind of fight these emergency protocols. Luckily, Guy has a high, what's the word I'm looking for? Security pass. And you both make it through. And just as you kind of step out into the lobby, you can see security guards just like firing off laser weapons across this giant open biosphere at the front counter. And can only assume one of your compatriots is back there. It's hard for you to see who it is on the other side of the counter at this moment, except for you do see Eddie just like lying bloody, like shaking on the floor in front of the counter as you two walk in. So why don't both of you go ahead and click your token and roll initiative for me. I got you guys up here at the very top.
You got to remind me how to roll initiative.
If you want to select your token first, because that'll automatically drop it into the initiative order. But if you select your token, then you just go into your character sheet while your token's selected, and like the very top right of your sheet, there's an initiative quick menu button.
My quick buttons are only showing like I think the ship options.
There
like
should be
bridge action.
there should be a tab for you to flip back to. No. Maybe I have to flip.
Not that I'm seeing right off, but maybe I just don't know where it is.
Top left, it should say characters, drones, ship. There's 3 tabs. I'm looking at the front page of your sheet right now.
Oh, on my sheet. I'm sorry. I was looking at the quick options for that.
Oh yeah, there's a quick menu section on the sheet. That's why I said that. It's confusing. All right. So let's reorder this initiative. Oh, wait, waiting for... There we go. Jupiter and Guy both got a 3 on their initiative, which actually still puts you above the security guards and Eddie. So it's Octavia's turn again. She, like, pops up over the counter and takes another, like, two shots with her assault rifle at the closest security guard as he's, like, running across the floor. And as she does, she's like, "Karate, throw a fucking grenade. I'm covering you." And she's just, like, laying down cover fire. So let's see how she rolls. She rolls a 14 against the closest security guard. It misses, like, poof, blasts kind of wide over his shoulder and dissipates in the wall behind him. She's going to duck back down into cover, though. And that is her turn. Karate, your turn.
I'm gonna. So okay, wait. Sorry.
It's all right.
Just checking on the status of my cookies. Okay, so Eddie's still on the ground, right? Just kind of bleeding out.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and like yell at Octavia, like, "Hey, cover me!" and try to go across the front desk and try to grab and drag Eddie
To the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you forfeit, like, your action, so you won't get an attack, but you can, like, run out, grab him, and pull him all the way back behind on your turn if you want. No problem.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, cool. I'm going to just move him back here by you. You don't actually have to move your token. So you, like, run out, grab him by the collar, and just start, like, dragging him back around the counter as, like, shots are just, like, blasting off of the counter all around your head.
Yeah.
All right, great. And that's going to put it onto Jupiter. Jupiter, now you clearly see Karate as she, like, dips out from behind this counter, grabs Eddie, and just, like, yanks him back by the neck of his shirt behind the counter.
I don't know how far I can move in a turn.
It's just like D&D, 30 feet or 6 squares. 6 squares. They do it by meters. It's technically 10 meters, and each square is 2, but it's the exact same as 30 feet, and each square is 5. It equates to about the same thing.
I just wanted to check really quick. Am I still being carried by Jupiter, or am I allowed to move on my own volition?
You are, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're not, like, hurt or anything, right? Badly?
Right. I just know that he was carrying me. I wasn't sure if I'm still moving with him or if he's put me down at this point.
I assume at this point you're on your own feet.
Okay, cool.
All right, so using the ruler tool, it says I'm only about 21 feet from the security.
I don't think that's correct.
Nearest
You just got to
guard.
count the squares. The ruler's not correct. It tells you how many squares it is, though, with the ruler. So what are you looking at?
All right, so
like,
operating the assumption that they can't see us yet, I'm probably going to move about 15 feet forward.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to carry Guy
Why are you carrying him?
while I'm doing it, so we can get closer to...
I'm
Out of
like his
habit.
Yoda.
Okay, if he,
Like, he's still my car. Like, they don't exactly, we're part of them yet. There's a bunch of ruckus going on.
okay.
2 guys coming in, one of them, and the other one looking like he's having a heart attack.
If Guy allows it,
Yeah.
I don't see why you can't. But you'll
So,
you'll forfeit your main action to do so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll allow being
That's
carried.
fine. Guy, are you okay with that?
Yeah, you're just
All
carrying me, right?
Yeah.
Am I sacrificing anything, or is it just
Yeah, I'm not
Jupiter?
throwing you or
Nope.
anything.
Nope. You get your whole turn still. If he still has you picked up, you technically won't be able to move unless he wants to set you down. So we'll move Guy up next to you.
Well, yeah, so like that's my movement. If I'm already carrying him and I set him down at the end of my movement, that might be my action for the turn.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then that's what I want to do. I have moved 15 feet forward and I've set Guy down, and that's my turn.
Okay. The scale on here is not right. That was actually technically 30 feet, 5 foot per square. Still, you
Well,
can't trust
that
it
said
with
it was 6 I think.
6 squares. Yeah, 5 feet per square. You can't
Yeah,
trust
that's-
the measurement that the ruler says. You can only trust the square count. That's not 7.5 feet.
No, I know. I counted 6 squares. That's what I meant.
I know. I'm just letting you know. You ran a lot further than just 15 feet on your turn. You ran like double that, in fact. All right, so that's gonna put it on to Guy's turn. Guy, Jupiter dashes down the stairs with you on his shoulders, sets you down. You see all these security guards like pouring out with their backs to you, fighting off the assailants behind the counter.
Real quick, I'm gonna make sure I don't if I have any weapons or anything like that on me.
I think you had a gun, did you not? Oh yeah, you just escaped from prison, but you got all your equipment back on the way out, didn't you? Yeah, you did. It looks
Yeah, I
like
believe so. I just didn't remember what kind of gun I had, if I had a gun at all.
looks like you have a stun pistol. Yeah, you have a void carbine, which is a spaceship gun. Basically,
Cool.
it hurts a lot when you get shot with one. It can definitely kill you, but it will not pierce the hull of a spaceship. You have that from being a spaceship worker, probably.
Cool. That will like hurt a person though, yeah?
It will kill someone still, yes.
Cool. So this guy, this Rick Moranis looking like guy, he doesn't notice that we're here yet, right?
Yeah, he's not a bad guy, though. He's just like a stand. What's the word I'm looking for? Bystander.
Okay, good, because I almost just killed him.
Mm-hmm. Just the guys. I don't know if you can see their name tags, so the ones that say security underneath.
Oh, got it. So there's 3 bystanders.
Yeah, there's more up to the right as well, but yes, there's 3 bystanders in between you and the security guards right now. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna move them because they're probably all running this way and hiding for cover back behind here.
All right. And so 6 spaces. I'm gonna move guy, and then you tell me if he's being here.
What's that? I didn't catch that last.
Sorry,
one.
I'm gonna move guy, and then you tell me if he's visible from where I put him, and if that's allowed. It's freaking out. I mean, give me 1 sec.
I mean, you can just move him 6 squares in any direction. Just count it like a board game, like Clue. So
Like, does that work?
1, 2, yeah, that's only half of your movement speed.
So I can go more?
You can go 3.
Oh, because it's diagonal. Because it's diagonal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, diagonals only count as 1 move. 4. Yeah,
So
there you go.
from right here, is he visible?
I mean, we could say you like run up and like tuck in, like there's like a berm with some landscaping right there. You know what I mean? So like you run up and tuck into the landscaping with your back to it. You can be mostly like they maybe could just barely see the top of your head, but probably not even that if you crouch down. Back there.
Yeah, I want to do that, and then I'm thinking that guy's gonna like call out like, "Hey, over here!" And he's gonna like trying to like attract this security guard, and then his plan is to just stun him as soon as he turns the corner.
Okay, so you have a stun gun as well, I believe, right?
Yeah. I think that's what guy would choose to use that over the real gun just because of the whole debacle that happened in the first episode with the gun.
Where you killed someone and threw up all over yourself.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me add a stun gun for you. We're gonna rule. It's gonna have the stun baton damage, but it's gonna use the shoot scale instead. And no shock damage. Right in your weapon section now, you have a stun baton there.
Perfect.
If you want to go ahead and click it, so you're like, hey, over here, trying to get him like poke his head around the corner, and you just like pop up, like blast him with the stun gun. So go ahead and roll to see if you hit.
Sorry, how do I use that, and where do I click it?
So on your sheet in the left section, you just have a weapons subsection. If you just click right on the word stun baton, when you hover over it, it'll turn blue like a link. Oh, no, there you go, yeah.
I did that, and it's not.
It looks like you maybe, do you have edit mode on?
No, I turned edit mode off.
Oh, it was already off. So I say you turn it on and then off again. So just click stun baton one more time for me.
It's like not acting like a link.
Are you in Chrome or Firefox?
Nah, I'm in Chrome.
And when you hover over void carbine or stun baton, and click one, it doesn't ask you for like a modifier, like a pop-up window doesn't come up when you click it?
I'm a moron. Stun baton. I'll click it right now. I was in the wrong section.
Okay. There you go. So you rolled a 3 on the attack, and you miss. But as an expert, I believe you can re-roll any roll, or is it maybe any skill roll? I think you can re-roll any skill roll, not attack roll. Dang it.
I would love to re-roll that.
You can't. It's an attack roll. Sorry, that's the warrior's ability. So you like shoot, and he like ducks under it, and he's like, "We got more! They're fucking behind us!" Like the guard yells out to the other guards around him.
Good, great. Guy definitely helped.
All right, the security guard out here in the middle. He is going to charge the counter where you guys are, and like kind of foolhardily like yell out like "Yeah!" and like charge at you guys. Oh, it's not even counting the squares right. I'm just noticing now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He runs up to the counter, and like pulls a combat shotgun from his back, like and just like blasts at the counter. Where Karate and Octavia are both kind of have their heads poking up over. Now you guys are both in cover, so he's gonna have a minus to his roll, but it will hit both of you possibly. No. Combat shotgun -2 to the roll because you're both under cover. Actually, you're pretty well under cover. I'm gonna say -4 to his roll. He rolls an 8, yeah, so he blasts a shotgun. It mainly just peppers the walls and the counter all around you, Karate and Octavia, but doesn't actually hit you, just scares you. The other security guards, the one that was bloodied before is like bandaged up now, and he is trying to cover his buddy as his buddy runs out towards Guy. So the security guard runs around the corner towards you, Guy, and he pulls like a little blade, a mono blade, out of his belt and like kind of squares up to you for melee combat.
Oh, good.
What happened to his? The sheet just like broke on me. Let's try this again. There we go. Wow, hold on. I gotta reload my roll 20, guys. I'm fully frozen. Like nothing wouldn't let me click anything. There we go. How much damage do mono blades do? Does anybody have one? I think it's 1d6. Melee weapon, small primitive, 1d4. 1d4. And he's got one shock versus armor class 15. So he takes a whoosh, like a wide arcing swing at Guy with his mono blade, the security guard, and rolls a 20. He does 3 damage to you, Guy. How much HP do you have?
Good. Let me check.
It says you have 3, but I think you actually have more than that. Yeah, I think you're supposed to be back at full. You haven't taken damage in a long, long time, as I recall.
So should I leave it at 3 then?
Yeah, just leave it at 3 because you have 6 totals. Brings you down to 3 HP. So Guy is like immediately just like slashed across the chest and bloodied. He's like, his blood starts like rolling down him.
Yeah, guy is freak. Guess what, Guy? Did he threw up again?
The other security guard, I think, up on the escalator here is still not aware that Jupiter is with you guys, possibly, or at least more focused on the counter. So he pops over and takes another laser pistol shot at Octavia. Laser rifle shot, rather. And misses. His shot goes way off up into the stone wall above you guys. Eddie's turn. Eddie lurches closer towards death. In 3 more rounds, he will be dead if no one saves him. Back to Octavia. So Octavia like reaches into the duffel bag sitting between you and her, Karate, and pulls out one of the grenades. She's like, "Keep your head down." She like pulls the pin and just like hook shots this thing over the counter towards the nearest guard. Oh, and it's like a direct, like it like rolls up underneath his feet, and he looks down and just goes, "Fuck," because he's like charging forward with a shotgun, and then just goes, and like he just gets knocked backwards. Also, at the same time, the heat of the explosion sends everybody just like, like, you know, covering their face for a moment, as this guard in front of you like is literally nothing but like a pile of viscera on the floor now. So how many security guards do we have left? Just the 2. One on Guy and one on the stairwell.
Okay.
And it's Karate's turn.
Okay. And Eddie is he now hit point wise.
I mean, he's at 0.
Like what?
If you want to try and stabilize him, I'll tell you what you can do real quick. Give me 1 second here. I really should have had the rules for taking damage open. Injury, death, and healing. So, nope. A PC who wants to extend mercy to an enemy or aid a friend can use their main action to attempt an intelligence heal or a dexterity heal skill check. If you don't have medical tools, you have to beat a 10 or better to stabilize him. If you have a medical kit or trauma tools, it's a difficulty 8. If you have a Lazarus patch, it's a difficulty 6. So you can make a dex heal or intelligence heal to beat a 10 or better to stabilize Eddie if you want.
You said it was a dex or intelligence?
Mm-hmm. Yep, your choice.
Okay, I think I'm gonna just wait. We have to have Eddie, right? Or do we not need him?
You tell me. I mean, he's Octavia's friend originally. She doesn't seem too concerned about trying to stop it right now. She's more focused on the battle. She's also not super sympathetic to humans, as you know.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave Eddie to that. Let him chill for a sec, and I'm gonna take a shot at the closest security guard.
Okay, which would be so there's one that's more open and there's one that's in cover. The one on the staircase is like kind of down behind the banister of the stairs, but the one like fighting Guy is kind of out in the open.
I want to go ahead and try to take a shot at the one fighting Guy.
Okay, cool.
I think it's Dex. Sorry.
When you click on the gun, is it asking you for a... Yeah, it's Dex.
No, I just did it.
Okay, perfect. A 7 misses, unfortunately.
Nuts.
That's a big damage, though.
Yeah, that would have fucked him up.
That would have been awesome.
All right, so you take another shot and miss with all the confusion, the grenade explosions going off and so forth. Jupiter, back to you. How do you react now, Jupiter? You see Guy get slashed across the chest. You see Eddie's bloodied body get drugged back behind the counter. You see grenades going off, civilians running for their lives, alarms just woo, woo, woo this whole time. What do you do?
Jupiter, just kind of aware of what's going on directly around him, sees Guy get slashed across the chest and runs up on the guard and punches him in the face as hard as he can.
Okay. Run up on him and roll punch skill. I don't actually know how much damage a fist does. I'm going to assume it's 1d4 plus...
I think I have an unarmed attack.
Do you?
Roll. Do you want
Built
to roll
in?
that?
Yes, yes, please. Okay, a 10 misses, unfortunately. It doesn't have shock damage either, I don't think. So you run up, like take a swing at him, but like he like ducks out of the way and like turns and like tries to backhand across you with his mono blade, but not before Guy gets a turn. Guy, Jupiter now is like trying to take this guy's attention off of you to give you a moment to recover or fight back. What do you do?
I'm gonna say swing at him again with the stun baton.
All right. It's actually a little stun gun. Oh, so because it is a stun gun and not a stun baton, shooting within, he's got a melee weapon readied. So trying to shoot a gun at him from melee range will put you at a major disadvantage to hit.
What if I use the void carbine because it's huge and he's right there?
It's still the same thing. It's like trying to shoot a gun. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think... No, I think, yeah, you can't shoot, technically, a rifle within melee range of someone because it's so easy for someone in melee combat to literally just grab a rifle and bind it up. I believe that's in the rules. But a pistol you could shoot from point blank at a -4 to attack.
I mean, how this guy's still pretty close, right? Can I just like melee him with? Can I just kick him in the junk? Like,
So,
can that be guys like?
Yeah, totally. There's also, you can club up your weapon.
Nah, I think Guy would just kick him in the junk.
Okay. So,
Like I think Guy kind of realizes that Jupiter and him can kind of constantly distract from the other, so Guy just goes for the straight kick.
okay. So for your kick, unarmed attacks reflect ordinary kicks and punches. Unarmed attacks always add the attacker's punch skill to the damage rolls, unlike other weapons. So roll for me. Kinesis, let's see. I can't find. I'm gonna assume it's a small primitive weapon. So you rolled. You can roll dexterity plus punch, or punch dexterity check. Oh, but you want to roll a d20. So, what's your dex bonus? There, Guy.
It's +0,
Okay, and what's your punch skill? -1.
-1.
Okay, so in chat, just type /r space d20 -1 to see what you roll on your to hit. You can copy and paste mine there if you want.
Hey, that's pretty good, right? A 9.
No, he like literally like just knocks your kick out of the way with one hand. This guy seems pretty well trained. He's like kind of getting a little kung fu on you. You're very surprised when he like with a quickness just like whoosh, like knocks your foot out of the way.
Just want to make sure a weak old man was not able to kick a security guard in the genitals. I'm shocked.
You could try and move away, but he would get an opportunity attack on you if you.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stand there and be like, hey.
All right. So back to the security guard. He takes a swing at Jupiter. He like blocks your kick and then takes like another slash at Jupiter with his monoblade knife. You can hear it, Jupiter, like buzzing as it like comes close to your face. He rolls a 10. You avoid. You like lean out of the way or knock his fist out of the way with the blade, and he misses. The other security guard, they're like spins around and is like, what the fuck? He sees you all three fighting now, and he comes like running down the stairs with his back to the counter for a moment and fires off a shot at you, Jupiter, trying to kind of shoot over his buddy's shoulder. If he crit fails this, I'm going to make him shoot his friend in the face. 14, what's your armor class? A 10?
That doesn't seem right. I think I missed something because I don't have any armor equipped either.
Were you supposed to have armor equipped?
I don't have any equipment now that I look at it. either I missed something or
I mean,
yeah, I can take the hit if you want. It's just one. So
he rolled a 14. Even if you had pretty good armor, your dexterity's -1, so that's going to go into your armor class. Keep in mind. Even
yeah,
if,
I'll take the one hit. That's fine.
I'm going to put your armor at 12 though. We'll say you have what do they call it? Street gear armor. It won't let me edit it for some reason, but because I think you actually have to add the armor in. Yeah, armor. I see it. Hold on. Let's give you some armor real quick to make sure, because I think you should have it off because you're a fighter. Choose armor. I'm gonna say you have secure clothing, which is pretty basic, and that will bring your armor class up to. Actually, that made your armor class lower. How is that possible? Secure clothing says it's armor class 13. Which is what your sheet should say as well now. That's fucking weird. But you have a -1 from Dex. So your armor class is 12. Is what it's supposed to be.
Okay, armor class 12.
Active. You got to check it. I see. There you go. Now fix your armor class. All right. So anyway, you would still take the 1 damage. Yeah, so he slices you up a little bit as well, Jupiter. And actually, even if he had missed, you would have taken 1 shock damage off of his knife. The other security guard... Oh, no, he shot... Never mind, it wasn't shock damage. He shot you with a laser rifle. You're lucky, too, because that could have been much, much worse. You just get barely glanced off the shoulder with it, but you feel the heat of the beam, just like burn across you. Eddie sinks deeper into the blood-choking coma that he's experiencing behind the counter, as it's now Octavia's turn. Octavia's going to lean down and... like some robot implements like unfold, like her hand folds back, like things fold out of her hand, and she starts trying to suture up Eddie's wound on his throat with like a little kind of welder suture tool she has. So she's gonna make a check, and because she has a medical kit here, she's got to make a 8 or better to stabilize Eddie. Skill. Proficient? No. Oof. She like hits an artery and Eddie like starts like shaking, like convulsing and like bleeding even more, and blood is just like spraying out as she is kind of botching the job. Karate, it's your turn. Eddie's like just like shivering, shaking, knocking his head off the ground behind you, while Octavia's like holding him down and blood is just like spurting out on you. But you notice that one security guard has turned his back to you to try and fight Jupiter and Guy, and kind of left himself open. They're actually both very open to you right now. You could shoot either security guard.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at the guy whose back is turned to me.
Okay, I'll give you a +1 to the roll since his back is turned. So when it asks for the modifier, you just type in 1. Nice. The 22 is definitely a hit.
Yes.
And you deal 5 damage and just like almost sever his head off of his neck as he like falls to the ground in a bloody pile.
Sweet.
Very well done.
I guess that's the end of my action, right?
Yep, you could still move if you wanted to.
Nah, I'm gonna keep my cover.
Okay. All right. Jupiter, you're still in melee with Guy and this other security guard.
Jupiter wants to just fucking choke slam this guy. Just pick him up by his little neck and just slam him into the ground.
Okay. So to melee him, you're actually going to make an opposed punch strength check.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, you barely beat him. So you like wrestle him for a minute. Things get very intense, but finally you like get the grip on him with just your brute strength and like lift him into the air as he starts to scream. I'm imagining you're just gonna like suplex him over, right? Okay. So why don't you roll 1d4 damage plus your strength? Oh yeah. You just like break his neck basically on the ground. You hear like a loud crunch, and you just feel his body like go limp as he hits the ground, and like just lays there whimpering, kind of like half unconscious on the floor at your feet. All of the bystanders in the biosphere at this point are just like shocked watching all of you as alarms are just still like woo 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 going off all over the base, and the intercom's still saying like all armed personnel please get to the casino, like just screaming like, you know, in a fit of kind of worry. And that is where we're going to jump over to Hikari. So if you guys want, let's take a 2-minute break. Let's see. We have an hour and a half left or so. We may be able to finish this bad boy up. So yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hikari, thank you so much for waiting patiently.
No problem.
You're going to have just as an interesting situation to deal with in just a moment. So
Okay.
everybody at home, hang tight. We'll return with that in just a few moments. All right, everyone, we're back. Thank you for waiting so patiently for us while we took a quick break there. Or not so quick break. When we left off, let's see, who was it? Jupiter, Guy, Karate, and a few of their NPC friends got in a battle in the upper biosphere portion of the asteroid base. And we're able to kill all the guards there because mostly they're not drawing backup. It seems like most of the guards are going to the casino because of the alarms and stuff that have been going off the whole time. So before we jump downstairs in the casino and see what's going on with Hikari and what's happening in there, I forgot we got to finish rolling Eddie's death saves. There's no real death saves in this game, but Octavia will try and stabilize him. She has 2 more chances, basically, to try and stabilize Eddie. So we will have her roll those to see if Eddie makes it or not real quick. As soon as I can find her. There we go. Octavia. She's got to roll an 8 or better. Medicine check. There we go. A 12. Yeah. So she stabilizes Eddie. And the 3 of you like bring Eddie to the elevator up to his to his room. He's like, just let me hide back here until you're done. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Like he's down basically. So he like crawls into the elevator and goes back upstairs to like the hallway where his suite is. And he's like, come get me before you go. Promise you do.
Sorry, it's my action.
I mean, he's talking to you, Jupiter and Guy, basically. Just saying, like, you know, promise me you're going to come pick me back up before you leave. He is not fit enough to continue with you for now.
He's talking to all 3 of us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's asking that you'll promise to take him with him, like come back, because he's gonna like basically just hide away in the general area until you guys come back, because he's so badly injured.
This is a Ruben question. Does he look like he's gonna make it? Or,
He does.
Is this like a?
So
It's not like you'll come back, definitely come back, and then like we come back and he's gonna be dead. Like,
well, unless someone else finds him or something, but I should have narrated this better. So Octavia, like her arm folds out into these medical implements. She's like trying to like suture this hole in his throat and stop the bleeding, and applying stems and wrapping him in gauze and doing all this other shit. And eventually she gets it all sealed up. And after like 15 or I'm gonna say actually maybe more like 5 minutes, he regains consciousness. Like she waves a smelling salt under his nose, and he like gasps back awake. And like the bleeding has stopped at this point, which was the main cause, was like the fact that he couldn't breathe because he basically got tracheotomized, and then the fact that he was bleeding. She kind of fixed both of those things, so you can visibly see that he's like okay, he's just fucked up, you know what I mean? He's not trying to like dash into battle any further, but he like gives you guys this duffel bag. He's like, take these explosives, he's like, use them on that motherfucker Vlad, make sure he dies, you understand? And try and bring back Sal if you can.
Guy kind of like kneels up to him and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna make sure that we take care of everything, but you need to take care of you." And he like pats him on the head and he like pulls a lollipop out of his pocket and he like puts it in his mouth without like him asking for it.
He's like, I don't know who the fuck you are, old man. Like, I imagine he's like in your lap, like you're like holding him up by his head, you know, he's like on the ground.
Oh, 100%.
He's like, I don't know who the fuck you are, old man, but I love you. I needed to hear that right now. He's so happy that you're like reassuring him, and he's like, here, take the explosives, and he like hands you a duffel bag, Guy, and like you look inside, it's just like full of plasma grenades.
And Guy definitely knows what those are. Like, it's not like a foreign concept to him.
Mm-hmm. I think they're pretty, yeah. It's like something you'd see in a movie or a holo vid, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like the red TNT.
Mhm.
Like, it's very obviously, okay.
It's the pineapple grenade of this world.
Okay, perfect.
You could say. All right, yeah. So now let's jump over to Fausters. I just wanted to make sure Eddie was going to survive or not. So Hikari, you are emerging over here from the hallway back into your private suite area, where you and Gordo have emerged after eliminating this Black Twilight member, this guy in black robes with telekinetic powers, or not telekinetic, but teleportation powers. So as you come back out of the hallway into the casino proper here. Also, by the way, we're jumping back in time about 20 minutes now, or so.
Okay, so alarms haven't started yet.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk out with Gordo. You know, obviously on edge. You just killed someone, and like looking for your teammates and trying to find. Basically, Gordo wants you to get this Aurora girl and leave with her, like right away. You know what I mean? That's his main.
Yeah.
His main thing. And just as you start to walk out into the casino proper, you feel a hand around your throat, but no one's touching you, and you start like looking around nervously as you're starting to lose your breath, and you see a woman in a black robe, exactly like the one of the man you just killed, approaching you and Gordo, and she like steps out in front of you, and she's like, you know, just force choking you basically, and she walks up and she starts speaking to you, and she's like, I know what you did to him. I'll fucking end you right here in front of everyone. I don't care. She's like standing almost face to face with you two right now in this crowd of people, trying not to make a scene as like this crowd just filters around you guys.
Okay. I'll hit her with my stun chucks.
All right. So just as you like pull your sunchucks in one quick movement, you pull them out, pull them back, and like go to swing at her, right? And just as you do, you feel an arm, like a hand, catch your arm from behind as she continues to choke you. And you look over, and standing right next to her and kind of in between you and her is Duggar, the Dust Wolf captain from the Nightingale from a long way back. And he grabs your gun. He's like, I don't think so. Not today, motherfucker. And he turns to the Black Twilight gal, like pulls the gun out and puts it to her head, like right to her temple. And he's like, drop it. And she like immediately drops her hand. And you like drop back down to the ground. Yeah, catch your breath, right? And so he's like got your stun chuck behind your back. And then now his buddies walk up behind him. Like one of them sticks a gun in your back and one in Eddie's back as well. And you're just like surrounded by these dudes. And they're like, we need to have a little fucking chat with you, Duggar, the leader guy from the Nightingale. He's like, my men here have been looking for you for a while. He's like, they got a positive ID on you, so I ran down here as fast as I fucking could. He's like, we're gonna need to talk out at the starport. He's like, why don't you head towards the elevator? And he like prompts you with his gun and pokes you in the ribs, like quietly, trying to keep his gun down, like kind of below his trench coat and in your ribs so no one in the casino can see it, because you're in the middle of a big crowd.
Okay.
He's like, you two, to the cultist woman. He's like, start fucking walking.
All right, I'll start walking. Just looking around, see if I see Vlad or any of my teammates.
You do not, unfortunately. And you notice that the security guards at the door, you guys kind of, single file like this out the door or towards the door. You notice the security guards by the door aren't really paying attention either. So these guys are probably going to march you right past the security guards, you know, with no guns or without them noticing your guns.
Okay.
Both the security guards are like chatting on their comms on either side of the door instead of watching.
Once we get into like a thicket of people, like Assassin's Creed style, I'll try and run for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have you make a check.
Okay.
See if you can clear that distance. I'm thinking. I think exert dexterity
Okay.
to try and slip away into the crowd.
6.
So a 6, I'm going to give you a partial success instead
Okay.
of a full failure. So you do slip away like 10 feet away. So I'm going to move you guys where about you were. So you slip away about that distance. But just as you do, this woman in the cultist outfit, like you see, like you hear the sound of a psionic, like telekinetic swell go, poof, and you hear Duggar like, "Aah!" And like as you turn around and slip through the crowd, you just see like a blue force like blow a hole through his chest from behind, like from where she was walking with him.
Oh fuck.
And he falls to the ground, and people just start fucking screaming and scattering in like every direction around you. It's just immediate panic. But the Dust Wolves, like the one behind her, just blasts her in the back of the head. And like it actually glances off her head and doesn't kill her. She goes like tumbling forward onto the ground, and the other two start chasing you. One of them has like Gordo under his arm.
Okay.
But also just then the security guards kind of take notice of what's happening and start pulling their guns. And one of them's trying to stop you at the door as you're like trying to slip through with the crowd of people. People are like trying to cram into the elevator, but it's too full. And the guards are like trying to stop you with their guns drawn. Like, everybody get the fuck back.
Seeing the elevator is full, can I start heading towards the VIP area?
Towards the back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you start running that way across the casino, and just as you do, a third black-robed figure steps out of the blast doors from the VIP area and just smile like a man this time, just smiles at you real big as he starts like reaching out towards you with his hand. And that's about where we're gonna roll initiative, I think.
Okay.
So this whole debacle of you trying to slip through these different kind of crowds and like towards the door, this probably takes a little longer than how we talked about, maybe 60 seconds or so. You go to the door and you're in the crowd. They can't really find you. And the Dust Wolves are like picking apart the crowd. And you're trying to push into the elevator, and the guards, you get up to the guard and he's like, no fucking way, like, go back.
So how do I roll initiative again?
So let me open the it's just like doing it with D&D 5e. You gotta have your tokens selected. And then you go to your sheet and just click the initiative button. And let me roll some initiatives real quick. Let's see. Dust Wolf, Black Twilight Cultists. And the security, just in case they get involved. All right, that means it is the Black Twilight Cultist's turn first. I think the one on the floor, she's disabled. If she's not dead or dying, she's like mostly knocked out from being shot in the back of the head. So we'll crest her out. There's just the one like that you're basically squared off with now, Hikari. Across kind of an open space here now that a lot of the strip club portion has cleared out. You're just like, you know, Wild West standoff with this.
Yeah, imagine like Kill Bill style where like panicking people are going in front of us and we're just staring at each
You
other.
two are just like totally calm, just like locked eyes with each other from, you know, across this little stripper area. And he let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, he's gonna like push out at you with his hand, try and push you with his telekinesis. So he's gonna roll a skill check, and you're gonna roll an exert strength or dexterity, your choice, to try and overcome it. He rolls a 6. So you feel like this immediate like blue wave of force like whip up from the ground and like up under you and start pushing against you, but you like try and hold your ground. So roll an exert strength or exert dex.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you beat him by 1. So you like just like hold your ground. It's like you just feel this like blue telekinetic force rushing and pushing past you, like all against your body. Like I imagine like your face even pushes back, like you're riding, getting hit by a wind stream or like an air current from a jet or something.
Yeah, I'm behind an airboat in the swamp.
Yeah, right. And that's his turn. It's your turn. How do you react?
I immediately pull out my pistol and I shoot at it.
Okay. Attack 6 misses.
Yep. And will these tables enable cover for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you get behind any of this stuff in there, you could feasibly say you're taking cover.
Okay. I will go behind the table closest to me, next to the dead body of the dust wolf.
Okay.
And I think that'll be it. Yeah.
I'm going to say that the dust wolves were spread out a little more. Trying to find you guys in the crowd. Probably one by the door. There we go. Okay. So as you and this cultist are like exchanging blows and you're firing across the room as the crowd is just screaming and clearing out, that's just when Vlad appears on the metal walkway. At this point, pretty much right above the cultist that you were fighting with, because that's where like the door to his office is. It's like this metal walkway that runs around the outside upper level of the casino. And he steps out of the door onto the walkway and like looks over the railing and yells out. He's like, "Guards, that's him right there. Take that man!" And he like points to you, points you out in the middle of the crowd, Hikari, and just like evil eyes you from the walkway, like watching, like gripping the railing, white knuckled above you.
The fuck did I do?
He found out, man. He found out you killed someone in here, and also that your friends were bad guys because he was checking on your friends.
Yeah.
Remember? And just then I'm going to have... Oops, the security guard's going to dash back behind this counter. This one on the right side is going to dash back behind this counter. And...
Is the elevator closed now?
It's not closed, but it's operating right now. Like people are coming up out of it. Or like going up. So you have to make, I'm going to say, 2 more rounds to survive before like your teammates would come down in it. Basically.
Okay.
So the far away guard takes a shot, like pops up over the, this gambling table that he's at, and like tries to take a pot shot at the Black Twilight cultist that you were facing off against. And rolls a 16. Oh shit. And 2 damage, and blows a hole through her chest, or his chest, knocking him backward against the wall in like a bloody heap into the ground.
Oh dear.
The other guard, however, takes a shot at you. And I'm going to say, based on your position, because you were trying to get cover from her and not him as much, I'm not going to give you cover from his attack. At least this turn. But he rolls a 2 and almost shoots himself in the foot as he's like trying to figure out how to operate this laser rifle over the cover. All right, Dust Wolf Thug. So with all of this going on, this is when they notice you. The one above you here like pushes through the crowd of people and dives behind the closest gambling table, and also takes a shot at you with his SMG, and he also uses burst fire.
Ooh, it's
Okay. You feel bullets, like 2 bullets, tear into your left shoulder as you like fall to, almost fall to like forward on your face. You're injured but not dead.
nope.
And where is the other Dust Wolf? Oh, down here. He like charges and dashes behind the bar at the very southern end, and he's going to attack the security guard straight ahead of him, the one that just shot you. I don't think he can see you very well. Also, I want to see, did the SMG roll the extra damage? Yes, it did, for burst. And he misses the guard who's behind cover. He's just like spraying, like spraying SMG fire. People in the crowd are taking shots and just like falling down, like getting hit by this guy's bullets as they run to the door. It's an all-out just like massacre. And now the alarms, are just still blaring. And it's just like, guards, we need you now in the fucking casino. Black Twilight cultists are dead. I didn't even get to use the telekinetics against you. I guess I got you to make one attempt. Hikari, your turn.
All right. Let's see. What can I do?
So your really
I will-
only remaining enemies are the 2 Dust Wolves and the...
And the 4 security.
Oh yeah, 2 of the security guards didn't act. I think the other 2 just both died behind this couch here. Yep.
And the way to the VIP is this way.
Is like, nope, down here. Where the
Okay.
security guards are.
The elevator's still up.
Until the start of round 3 when it comes back.
I'm gonna go and dive behind the bar.
Okay, you realize there's a Dust Wolf hiding down there, right?
Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I won't do that then. I'll come up behind this Dust Wolf, and I'll try and shoot him.
Okay.
Going there first,
All right.
taking a shot at him.
So
and then,
in this game, you can't shoot, move, shoot. Keep in mind. Unlike D&D. But because you both have ranged weapons, there'd be no negative to trying to shoot from point blank range.
I'll come up to him and I'll try and stun him with my stun chucks.
Okay, sweet. So you like run around the corner, full blast. He's like crouched down and like, like looks up as you come running around, like just like whipping these stun nunchucks in every direction. Oof.
6.
And miss.
Yeah.
He like barely, as he falls backwards, like knocks your attack out of the way.
It's not looking good for old Hick. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. And all right, security. Oh, you know who didn't roll initiative was Gordo. He rolled a 1, so he's at the end anyway. I'm gonna give him his turn right now, though, from last round. Gordo's like up on the stairs to go to the walkway above you, and he's like trying to fire over the railing with the gun he picked up from the Black Twilight emissary you killed before. He shoots at the closest guard here to him. And misses. All right, so the security guard takes cover. 2 behind the couch and 1 over here. So the one on the far top right side, he takes a shot at the Dust Wolf whose back is to him. Again, as the crowd is still just scattering and people are trying to shove in around the elevator. Well, I guess you guys have kind of scattered the area around the elevator door at this point. People are just like hiding underneath casino tables as alarms are just like woo woo going off in every direction. And he's going to take a shot with his combat shotgun. With burst, so he lets out like a doo doo doo. Oh shit. You get like peppered with shotgun fire as this dust wolf just like sprays blood from behind as these slugs just pierce through him, and he drops to the ground in front of you, dead. Man,
Jeez.
security guards are cleaning the fuck up.
know.
The two at the bottom, per Vlad's request, are gonna both fire at you. You're gonna have cover, so they're gonna have a -4 to their roll. Because are you ducked down?
Yeah, definitely duck down.
I don't know. You were in a melee combat, right? Before? I'll give you cover, but I'm going to give you a 2 instead of a 4.
Okay.
So they both have a 10. Does that hit?
No.
Another
Nope.
10. So, like, laser fire just poof, 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 like over your shoulder, like, you know, spraying the walls behind you as people are just screaming. Let's see. 1 security guard, 2. There's one more, and he is going to take a shot at Gordo because Gordo shot at him
Oh no.
with a combat shotty.
What will Lizzie do?
He turns around and like, poof, like releases this shotgun fire into like this metal staircase and walkway above him. You just hear the BBs like rattling all around as Gordo like dives back for cover, and he makes it. He doesn't get hit. He's pretty quick,
Nice.
quick little dude.
It's all that meth.
Yeah, it's because he's jacked the fuck up on Unicron. He can see time happening, unfolding in front of him. Dustwolf Thug. That one's dead. The one down at the bottom of the bar actually needs to make a morale check to see if he runs away. And it says success, but I thought that was a fail. I don't know. I'm gonna believe it. So he steals himself, doesn't lose faith after he watches his other 2 dust wolves die, and he pops up over the counter and takes another shot at you, Hikari. Oof! Does that knock you?
Yeah, I'm dead. I mean, I'm down, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So you drop to the ground like unconscious. It's like an SMG bullet just rips through like the side of your neck and another one into your chest. And that makes it Gordo's turn. Gordo is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to dash to get to you, but he can't do anything yet. He like dashes and like slides up to your side, and he's like, "Hikari, no! I'll try and save you. I'll try." And he starts like fumbling, like just hands shaking, like about your neck and chest, where you're like just bleeding. You just feel these burning bullet wounds into you, as he obviously doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So it is the beginning of round 3, though. So just then, the elevator door opens, and standing inside like a bunch of badasses is guess who? More dust wolves. No, I'm just kidding. It's your team. And also let me put Octavia in there. Oh, why can't I see the guy token? Hold on. There we go. So why don't we have Guy, Jupiter, and Karate all go ahead and roll your initiative real fast for me? Guy got a 1. Jupiter got a 6.
1 second, sorry.
No worries.
Where is initiative again?
Top right-ish. All right.
Ugh.
A 3's not terrible. There's a couple 1s in there, so. reorganize that initiative. We'll see who's going first in round 3. Octavia. All right, so Octavia is actually going to be like, Hikari! And she, like, rushes to your side, slides in, arm folds out into these medical utensils again, and she starts, like, trying to remove SMG bullets from your chest, basically.
Oh, I'm flattered.
She's, like, scanning over you with a bioscanner that came out of her arm and all this stuff. So she's got to beat an 8 or better on a skill check. Ooh, she fails. She is not able to stabilize you yet. So, Hikari, this is 1 round. You get 6 rounds, basically. This is the first.
Okay.
You, unfortunately, can't do anything right now, Hikari.
Nope.
I would say you're probably conscious enough to tell them you have lift stems if you still have them.
Yeah, I still have 1 at least.
Do you want to tell, like, I would say you could
And
choke.
I do have a med kit as well.
I would say you could probably choke out words letting them know that you have these objects.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll tell Octavia since she's the first one near me. So I go, med kit, back.
She's like confused, like what? And then she like looks down at your like side bag next to you, and she starts digging through it, like looking for supplies. All right, Jupiter. You see Hikari just like bleeding out on the floor as these like doors slide open in front of you, and you can see just like half the crowd that's still left in here is just like hiding underneath things as there's dead bodies on the floor, and Vlad just stands up on the railing looking down over all of you.
Are we saying the ruler is correct on this screen?
It should be, yes.
All right, I'm gonna. Never mind. That's a fucking. All right, yeah, I'm gonna move and then melee a security guard.
All right.
Just with a guttural scream, I'm gonna charge this security guard and just try and pick him up and throw him as hard as I can.
All right. You're gonna try and pick him up and throw him again?
Yeah, pick him up and throw him, and throw him into something if I can, but get some distance
Don't you
and
have
hurt him.
telekinesis? You can also use telekinesis for these things.
Yeah, I know, but this is more fun.
Okay. I don't think Jupiter's ever used his psionic powers.
Yeah.
Except for like in flavor of like I have to use it to type or I break the keyboard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the telekinesis is my like when I need to do something and not break something. When I want to break something, just fucking crash it with my hands.
When you need to be half normal. Okay, so make a punch strength versus his punch strength real quick for me. Oh yeah, you pick him up. No problem. I think, why don't you go ahead and roll your unarmed attack for me? I think you have to hit with that first, and then you get to make the opposed check. Yeah, so I'm going to say that misses. I do believe that's the actual rules as written. You're supposed to make a to-hit roll, and then a grapple. You and Guy just had the dude kind of cornered before, so I'm going to let that one ride. But this one, I'm going to say no, you miss. He's able to, like, slip out of your grasp. Oh, so
Fair enough.
Is your ruler still up? Or is my Roll20 just broken?
Might be roll 20. I'm not on ruler anymore.
Does anybody else see that, or is it just me?
I also see it.
That's weird. All right, so yeah, he like worms his way out of your grasp, Jupiter. And he whips out a stun baton and tries to whack you over the shoulder with it. From his belt, or a mono blade, rather. 14? That's a hit.
I am down.
What's your die hard thing do?
I think it just increased my overall HP.
Oh, it did?
But between the last 2 battles and no rest, I'm really down. So
all right.
Yeah.
He slices you, and you guys see Jupiter drop to the ground in front of him. Now, wait, you have your warrior ability, which I believe lets you negate any damage you take from one hit or force any one hit to be successful. I do believe. It's not, the text isn't in there, but that's what it does.
Well, then I would like to make my last attack on him, the charging, throwing him, successful.
A hit? Okay, that's a little too far back to retcon, I think, at this point.
All right, then let's just negate the monoblade attack against me.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say you're just still up, didn't take any damage at all, including the shock damage that you would normally take from that. Sorry, I don't want to change the course of events too much.
No, you're fine. I don't remember all of my class abilities.
That's really the only one. That's the warrior class ability. It's the same as the expert, except it's combat, basically. You can, or kind of, you make one roll that missed automatically hit, or you make one roll that hit you automatically miss. Once per battle, I believe, or once per scene. So yeah, security. The two behind the couch are going to take a shot at Gordo and one at Karate. And one at Guy. There's 3 security guards there that are still shooting you guys, so. This one's at Gordo. This one is at... Ooh, I think Gordo just died. Karate.
Oh no.
Misses. And this one's at Guy. Ooh, that one misses. Gordo literally, I'm not even going to give him death saves. Like, just like a hole blast through his head as just Viscera splatters all over Octavia. And she's like, fucking damn it! Like, down on her knees, like, trying to revive Hikari this whole time.
Guy absolutely vomits, by the way. Like, Guy just watches Gordo's head explode, and then he just vomits.
It's just a mess of, like, smells and death and goo all over this area right now. Jesus Christ. That's the security guard's turn. There's one Dustwolf thug left. We're going to see if he makes his morale check again. Damn. He did. He still holds his ground. He takes another burst fire shot. I'm going to move some of these NPCs out of the way here. This time at... I think probably a Guy, because Guy, you're like visible back there. Ooh. God, I'm killing all of you. I believe,
oh God.
I believe that drops you, right, Guy? 8 damage?
100%.
Oh my God. You take a bullet
I was on 3 damage, and now I'm at -5.
from the 8. Yeah, that won't kill you, but it'll definitely knock you out. Guy takes a bullet to the chest and just drops. Holy shit, this is getting very dire very quickly, you guys. Karate. So, Octavia has pulled a med kit and a lift stim out of Hikari's pack. And she's like, I don't need this fucking med kit. I got one built in. And she tosses you a medical kit. Karate.
Okay, and it's who's closest to me? Who is this for? The med kit? Sorry, Eddie or Gordo?
So Eddie's upstairs. He's fine. He's stabilized. But
okay.
Guy just got shot in the chest and dropped to the ground right next to you.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do a heal check.
Okay. So heal intelligence or heal or heal dex, your choice. And this time, because you have a medical kit now, you only have to beat an 8 or better. Oh my God. Rolled an 8.
Yikes.
So Guy, you're stabilized, but technically still hurt on the floor and like unable to fully move. You're able to, you're back at 1 hit point, you're able to fight again, but if you take any more damage at all, you die instantly now.
Oh man.
Until you have a chance to full rest or receive some meds. So you're up.
And it's unlikely that anyone with us has meds.
Hikari does have 1 portion of meds, but he just gave it to Octavia to use on him. I don't know, he might have 2. I don't know how many he has.
I have 1 lift stim left and that medical kit.
Yeah, which is gone now. She just used it to stabilize Guy. So Guy, you're up, but you are unstable. Good job, Karate. Yeah, and Karate, you can still move if you wanted to try and take cover or something.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will take cover. What's the closest thing to me that could provide cover? I mean,
Probably right here, next to the card dealer table.
okay. Yeah, I'll run up there and take cover behind the card table.
Okay, it covers you from some sides, but then also not from others. There's no really place where you can get full cover here, so yeah, you run up and take as much cover as you can. And Guy, you're on the ground like weak and unstable, but you can still try and take a shot if you want. There is a security guard that has like an open line of sight on you over here on the right side.
See, he has an open line of sight on me. Do I have an open line of sight on him?
Yes, indeed.
What about the guards near Jupiter? What's going on with Jupiter?
Jupiter is in close combat with the guard now.
If I distract that guard, would Jupiter be able to be more safe? Would me distracting that guard, is there a likelihood of that?
No, you're like on the ground on the other side of a crowd and a bunch of tables and dead bodies. I doubt that guy's
So
even
I
paying
can't, I can't shoot that guard near him or anything like that.
You could try and shoot him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and save Jupiter by shooting the guard that is near him.
Okay, do you move first to maybe put yourself out of the range of the guy?
How far can I move?
6 squares.
Oh, so I have full movement?
Well, actually, because you're hobbled, I'm gonna say you have half movement, yeah. Or just because, not really because you're hobbled, but you stood up this turn from prone. Rather, we'll do it D&D.
Am I out of the way right there?
You're more out of the way there. That's probably safer.
All right, cool. Then yeah, I'm gonna shoot at the guard from, or should I maybe even move one up so I'm next to Octavia? Would that put me able to shoot?
Yeah, if you wanted to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oops.
Okay, then I go right here, and yeah. So from here, I'm gonna try and shoot at the guard with him.
Okay, great. So Guy like hobbles over on his last legs, tries to shoot at the guard.
And I think that too, like at the same time, like I make eye contact with Jupiter, and I kind of like wink because I think Guy knows that this is it. Like Guy does not expect to be leaving this room.
Oh man, that's dark.
So I think that with his last kind of everything in his life, he just wants to be there and protect Jupiter because of all that Jupiter did for him.
All right, I love it.
So what do I gotta roll to shoot this guy?
Just roll whatever gun you want to shoot with. Click on the gun.
I'm gonna do it with the Void Carbine.
Cool. Oof, and it misses.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, Guy. It was beautiful though. All right. Gordo is dead on the floor in front of you. It's now Octavia's turn. Octavia still... So I don't know if you can just immediately apply a lift stim. I think you may need to heal or stabilize first. Let's see here. A critically injured target who has been stabilized regains 1 hit point after 10 minutes, technically. I'm giving Guy the benefit of the doubt. They're able to move and function normally if they're fiercely determined to do so, but any further damage will kill them. No, I think she can just directly apply the lift stim, which she's going to go ahead and do. Do you have the characteristics of the lift stim on your sheet by chance? Actually, I have them in here. So she rifles through your bag. She finds this little medical stim with it's a patch basically with a needle and like a little reservoir of medicine, and she slaps it over the biggest wound on your chest, Hikari. And you just feel it like starting to suture up as this drug just like pulses through your veins.
You want me to post it in chat?
Just roll whatever the healing is.
It says after 5 minutes.
Oh, so you don't get it immediately, huh? Okay, so then she is going to make a medical check to try and... She does slap that on as her free action, and then she's going to try and stabilize you.
Okay, what's her heal check? It's 1d8 plus her heal score.
Mm-hmm. No. That's what the lift stim gives you in hit points. She rolls just a skill, like a heal skill.
Okay.
To see if she's successful, because she's got to stabilize you first, because you'll die in less than 5 minutes. I believe. What does the lift sim say? It says you don't get the hit points until after 5 minutes, right?
1d8 plus user skill, heal skill, and hit points after 5 minutes of rest.
Okay, yeah.
They need to be stabilized, before the lift can help them.
Okay. She does it, though. She stabilizes you.
Awesome.
And let's see. I'm just going to roll to see how many rounds it takes you to be active again. 3 rounds. So it's round what? 4, 5, 6, 7. On the beginning of round 7, you'll be back up and functioning. And we'll say you won't get your lift stim yet, but you'll be back up and functioning.
Okay.
That's Octavia's turn. She stabilizes you. Then she like pulls herself over Gordo's body into the cover of this counter here. Hikari, it's your turn, but you're like busy trying to get yourself oriented and back awake and on your, kind of like sitting up, like wiping the grog and blood away, trying to get your faculties about you. Jupiter, back to you. You're face to face with the security guard.
So, for just kind of flavor, Jupiter's going to shout over his shoulder, "Throw some grenades!" And then kind of go back to grappling with the security guard and once again just try and choke slam his ass into the ground.
That's true. And yes, Karate and Gaia, we can assume you guys both have grenades at this point, since you have a duffel bag full of them.
Sweet.
Do I need to make the unarmed attack again?
Yep. Mm-hmm. If you're trying to slam him again. Oof, it's a miss. Barely.
All right.
You gonna hold your ground?
Do they have attack of opportunities in Stars Without Numbers?
They do have it, but it depends on the situation. If you both have melee weapons, then yes, totally. If you both have guns, then no. He has a melee weapon drawn right now, though. He's got his mono blade out.
Then I guess I'll stand my ground.
All right.
See what happens.
He's gonna attack.
That's a miss.
All right, you knock his attack away. The 2 behind the counter. Oh, you know what? I meant to do this. Let the rest of the security guards go real fast. The 2 back behind the couch are actually going to flee deeper back into the VIP area and try and take long distance shots around the corner. Same thing with the one over to the right. He like kind of backtracks down towards the door, leapfrogging around the cover. And let's see, we get 1 security guard is going to shoot at you, Karate. The one that just moved.
Yep.
14, what's your armor class? I think it's
Let me see.
I think it's 13.
Yeah, it's 13.
Okay, so you take 2 damage. Does that down you?
My hit points would be at 2.
Okay, so no, you're good. So you take 2
Okay,
damage.
do I change that?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Okay.
And the 2 bottom security guards take long range shots. 1 at Octavia. And probably 1 at Jupiter, I think. They're going to have a -2 for long range, though. That was at Octavia. Jupiter. They both miss, right?
Yeah.
All right. Just then, 1 more robed figure comes dashing out into the middle of the casino. And she has Aurora held in front of her, like around the head and face, with a gun up to her head. She like backs out in the middle of the room and she's like, "All right, motherfuckers." This girl in the black cloak is saying this as she's got Aurora, and Aurora's just like, "Ah!" Like squealing, like trying to, like muffled from the woman's arm around her. And she's got this pistol in her hand. She's like, "You're gonna fucking let me through with this girl right now. Everybody out of the fucking way." She's like yelling at all of you at the door. And she's got like Aurora with the gun to her head, kind of slowly backing through the casino. And
To interact with her, are we still in like our turn order?
No,
like,
we are, but you can free roleplay real quick.
So here's a question: can Guy like grab a grenade subtly and walk towards her and like try and be like hostage negotiator?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, Guy's gonna grab a grenade and he's gonna make it like available. Like, what's that called? You know what I mean? Where
Like
you can
live.
throw it. He's making it live, yeah, and he kind of like pops it. He slowly pops it in one of his pockets in his overalls, and he like has the hands up position. He's like walking towards her. He's
So
like, "Hey,
it's just like ticking away. You're letting it go.
Yeah, Guy is totally fine with destroying this woman to free everyone else.
But this woman has Aurora with her. You'd probably kill Aurora as well.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's the blast radius on the grenades?
They're not huge. And Guy could probably time it so it hits one side of the, if you're on the other side of the cultist from the girl, you could probably pull that off, I would imagine. It's a 10-foot blast radius, so.
Yeah, my logic is like Guy's gonna kind of grab her and tell Aurora to run.
Oh, okay, I got you. You're gonna try and give her the bear hug. So Guy in his pocket flips a grenade live, and Dust Wolves. Morale check real fast. Oh shit. This Dust Wolf behind the bar like stands up, throws his gun down. He's like, "I don't want no fucking trouble. I'm done. Take me in, whatever you gotta do." He's like, "Just don't fucking shoot." And like puts his hands up and he starts walking out like towards the VIP area where he saw the security guards dash in. Not really paying attention to Aurora and the girl. And now he's just like standing in the middle of the hallway there. Like on his knees, hands up, like, "Take me, come fucking take me, I give up." All right, Karate, all this mess is unfolding in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Okay. So on the other side of the room, like across from me, these 3 tokens, those are like, who are they? Those are bystanders, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to like, see, I don't want to like give up my cover. There's only like one more security guard though, right? Aside from like the.
Well, Jupiter's
like in this.
Jupiter's fighting one over there. Where was the other one? Then there are 2 actually way down south in the VIP area.
Okay. I guess I think I'm gonna circle back. I'm gonna circle back around to where there's one fighting Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
Take a shot at him, maybe.
Oh, there is a. Sorry, I knew there was a 4th one, and then there's this one down here, which is the main one you've been kind of fighting against.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Okay.
Can I remind everybody that Vlad is on like an overlook looking at us while this is happening?
He's watching all this happen. Also, you guys haven't killed a single guard yet. Keep in mind.
Okay. I think I want to try to go around the around where I'm like on the opposite side of this cover and try to shoot at the security guard that's fighting Jupiter.
Okay. Oops. Sorry, I got your sheet all fucked up, Aurora. 1 second, because I wanted to add a grenade really fast so you guys have those to your sheet. But it looks like they don't have it. Oh, yeah, they do. Ba-boop. And there you go. Now you should be able to click the weapons on your sheet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. At the security guard closest to you?
The one, I was supposed to move and hit the one trying to fight Jupiter.
Oh, that's what you want to do? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna normally that would be a miss, but I'm gonna give you +2 because he's engaged in melee right now. So you have an easier time, kind of. He's not really dodging. And you hit him for 8 damage and just like spray him. This guy like basically gets like turned into mist right in front of you, Jupiter,
Hell yeah.
as he like falls to a pile
Thank God.
in front of you. All right, Guy.
Beat.
All right, Guy kind of does the hands up walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I can still only move like 3, right?
Yep. Also, Karate, I think as you like, did you move closer to them? Oh, you moved just around the side there. I see. Because I think the Black Twilight cultist was probably like, "Hold the fuck up, hold on!" Like putting the gun in this woman's head, and then you just shoot the security guard. And she's like, "Oh, okay." Sorry, Guy. So yeah, Guy puts his hands up, starts approaching.
And he's just like, hey, we don't need to have any trouble here. You know, we can just all talk this through, and everybody here can, you know, we can listen, and we can listen to each other.
She like
And he's
tightens her grip on Aurora and like pulls her between the two of you. And she's like, "Get the fuck back!" She's like, "How do I know you're not trying to fucking kill me?" Like with the gun to Aurora's head.
and Guy kind of does like, with one hand, he slowly pulls out a lollipop, and he's like, I'm just here to make sure we all get this figured out. And we're all on the same page here, and we're all on the same team, because teams work together and teams get things done.
Guy, why don't you make a talk charisma check for me? Ooh, fail. Now you can use your expert ability to re-roll it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Oof.
Great, awesome.
So what she does is takes what's called a snap attack. Since wait, has she taken her turn already? No, she didn't take an action on her turn. So a snap attack means she can attack now on your turn for a -4, but won't get her action when it comes back around to her turn.
Oh, good.
She's got a -4 to hit.
But if he takes one thing of damage, he's dead.
So
Wait, what just happened?
she shoots.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But we can also assume, Guy, that you did finish the full range of your movement.
Yeah.
So you were like right next to her, right? Like right here?
Oh, I already, yeah, I thought I already moved Guy a little bit.
You did. Is that where you want to be when, like...
Yeah, I want to be as close to her as possible.
Okay, yeah. So we'll assume you get up to here.
All right, perfect.
And she pulls out a pistol and just looses a bullet right through the center of Guy's chest as he drops to the floor. Now, hold on real fast.
She fucking nat 20'd. Jesus.
Yikes.
This is the moment. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
We've been waiting for this.
Hold on, I got to pull something up real fast.
He has a live grenade in his
Wait, are we going to
pocket.
find out about Guy too, right?
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what-
us-
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm doing first.
Oh,
Guy, roll a d20 for me.
you got to remind me how to do that.
Just
/R 1d20.
Yep. /R space 1d20.
A 2.
Just make it good. I don't care. Rule of cool, man. Make it good.
Oh, this anticipation, Charlie.
Okay. So Guy's body is torn open in such a way that sparking wires and small computerized cores are exposed inside of him, just like blinking in all different ways. His chest actually like folds open in 2 compartments, and a little screen like flops down, and on it is just like a little digital clock style, like digitized smiley face. Guy, you can speak 1 sentence
Oh,
before
my
your
God.
self-destruct detonator starts.
Oh, hold on. I got to think about this. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was gonna be a little alien in his chest, like Men in Black.
I can say, actually, you can say like 2 or 3 sentences, but you get like one brief thing to say to them before like your countdown, like before you power down and a timer starts just going boop, boop, boop.
Guy kind of like looks down and he like acknowledges it.
Oh,
And
guy's
he-
head is gone. This is just like a little screen that's popped up out of his
Oh.
chest with like a smiley face on it. But like
Is there a way?
it's like a
there a way
computerized
for
version
this-
of guy's voice coming through it.
Okay, I got this. He's just like, you just hear it like, "Hey Jupiter, you're gonna do great," and then it's just like, "Have a good one, everybody,"
And then
and that's it.
and then like a logo pops up and it's like Glyph Engineering self-destruct sequence starts now. Boop, 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 and
Oh,
like
no.
just components just start blinking red and like flashing in the middle of the floor. Also, just then, the grenade in your pocket goes like goes off, which guess what sets off your self-destruct sequence as well. So, Jesus Christ. A self-destruct
Yes.
10-meter radius, so
He's so happy.
that's gonna be a 6 square radius for 2d6. So let's look at what that radius is. The grenade is also a 10-meter radius, I believe, or 5 actually, possibly. So that's gonna hit everybody. Guy, you may have just killed everyone.
And it's automatic damage, right?
No, I'll let everybody make a dex save.
An evasion save?
Yeah, everybody make an evasion saving throw for me right now. Except the Twilight
Jupiter, you better get through this, Jupiter.
the Twilight
But I ta-
Cultist and Aurora are both definitely going to be engulfed.
I'm fucking dead.
Wait, what are we doing? A dexterity check?
Evasion saving throw at the top of your sheet. Oh my
I'm
god.
fucking dead, dude.
He might roll like a 1 or a 2 on the damage.
But even if I take 1 point, I'm dead, right?
Oh yeah, you're stabilized. That's right.
So-
Wait, what do I need to roll?
Alive!
Karate makes it. Oh my.
Wait, I can re-roll, right?
I'm alive!
Can you reroll a saving throw?
Is it not a skill?
I don't know. You're an expert, right?
Yeah.
Let's check.
It says a skill, only a skill though.
Yeah, I think only a skill, dude.
Fucking fuck.
All right, that was everyone, right? Let's see. Octavia needs to make one.
So who made it and who didn't?
Hikari or Karate is the only one that has succeeded so far. We still have to roll the damage to see what the actual havoc of it is. Saving throw. Octavia didn't make it. Aurora and the Black Twilight Cultist, I'm not even going to give a fucking chance to try and make it. I will say... Damn. All right, roll 2d6 for me, guy. /r space 2d6. I'm going to say people that are farther away only take 1d6. And people that are close take 2d6. To be really, really nice.
Do I count as far away?
Yeah, you're like almost at the edge. No, you don't.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter.
A 9. So, I mean, that pretty much kills everyone anyway. Because the people that are far away, like Hikari would take 5. Karate would take none. She survives.
Now-
Dives out of the way.
But what about with Hikari? If Hikari's down and he's behind, it looks like he's behind something. Does that not protect him?
That is true.
Yeah, I would say Hikari's behind something.
I'm prone and behind cover.
That is true. Okay. All right. I'll let it slide. I'll say, Hikari, you're not in range.
Jupiter is blown the fuck to bits.
Jupiter is thrown across the room and
Game over, man. Game over.
slams into a wall and just falls into a pile on the bar. Like, literally, like, poof, like launched across the room. As well as a lot of the dead bodies. So is Aurora and the Black Twilight Cultist just launched as Guy explodes and just engulfs half of the room in fire.
Oh wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I just reread my Die Hard's feat that I took.
Uh-huh.
Does that explosion count as a heavy weapon damage?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Damn it. Okay, never mind.
Why? What's it say?
Anything less than a heavy weapon, I'm automatically stabilized.
I mean, I wouldn't say Guy's very heavy. Jupiter could carry him.
It's 2d6 damage, which many light weapons do that much damage. Let me take a look at the heavy weapons table to determine what it's most similar to real fast.
Come on, everybody! I need everyone to make it through.
This is ridiculous.
My body exploding.
Environmental hazards, equipment, heavy weapons.
They do like 3D6, 3D10, 3D.
Okay. It does
Yeah.
it does equivalent damage to a light weapon.
Okay, well then I'm down, but I'm stabilized.
Okay. Jupiter, you fall knocked out in a pile on the bar. Just then, Hikari, you like pull yourself up over the counter in the wake of this explosion to see what's happened. It's like the smoke and just like sizzling viscera that is everywhere starts to clear, and you see Vlad slip out of the door up top and back into his office.
Did Vlad not take any damage from that, or is he too far away?
He's too far away, yeah. Because he's also up, keep in mind.
Totally.
Yeah, he's 30 feet away, but also 10 feet up, so. He slips away into the back office door. So, let's see, did that hit any of the security guards?
It probably should hit the one
Yes,
in the lower right.
hold on, let's see. It barely misses that Dustwolf thug. It does hit that security guard. He gets to make an evasion saving throw. And he fails and dies in the explosion. The two security guards after that in the bottom there are both going to make a morale check real quick. One runs, one holds his ground. So there is now only one security guard remaining. Way down at the bottom. All right, so just to recap, Guy exploded. The Black Twilight Cultist and Aurora were both consumed. Hold on, let me see what Aurora's ability is. Aurora, where's your sheet?
I love that Guy had one plan, but his body had another.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a telepath. That doesn't do her any fucking good. So yes, Aurora and the Black Twilight Cultist are both engulfed in the flames of the explosion and just like thrown across the room like rag dolls. Karate, you dive 5 feet back out of the way. Behind the counter, just fine. Hikari, you're fine. Octavia takes, what was the final damage there?
9.
Also, roll I need to roll a grenade. I'm just going to roll one off Karate sheet because I know it has one. So, 17. Octavia takes 17 damage. Damn, Octavia has 16 hit points.
Ooh.
Octavia's blown back against the wall, and her head and chest are just like ripped out of her body. Like just her robotic head and spinal cord and like the milky fluid inside are left as her like crushed corpse lays on the floor. Her head's still alive, though. That's
okay.
That's the nice part about being a full android.
Okay, good.
Unless you're Guy and have a self-destruct. All
Unless
right.
your Guy and your head explodes.
Great turn, Guy. So Vlad slips away through his office door and is gone. Octavia is downed. Most of the guards were killed. Jupiter is downed. All right. Round 4. Octavia's turn. Octavia can't do anything. Just be like, she's like talking to whoever's nearest to her. Hikari. She's like, Hikari, make sure please don't leave me. I can be rebuilt. Take my head. I promise the Free Alliance will repay you.
You saved my life. The least I can do is take your head with us.
All right, so you like snatch her head up. That's gonna be her turn. Hikari, it's your turn. So there's really only one security guard still standing his ground.
Okay. I'll go over and grab Octavia's head.
Okay.
I'll say to everyone, let's kill this motherfucker, and then we're gonna get Vlad, and we're getting the fuck out of here. And I shoot at the security guard. Where is he? By Jupiter?
He's way down here. Like in the VIP area, just poking around the corner.
I can't move anymore. So what's the negative to shoot? No, I'm gonna just go to Jupiter.
I say you shouldn't be at like short range.
Wait, she used the last stim on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I could just still stabilize him.
He's stabilized, actually. You don't
Yeah,
need to
I'm
do
kind of
anything.
okay.
stabilized.
You can take a shot
stabilized?
at that security guard, though. There's no reason.
I'll take a shot at the security guard, definitely.
Okay.
And any negative modifiers?
No, shouldn't be. I think you're in range and stuff. So he's I'm gonna say a -2 because he's behind cover, but you still hit, so it doesn't matter.
Get fucked with 2 damage, you stupid bitch.
All right. He had 2 hit points. You smoke him right through the chest as he like falls to the ground with a smoking hole coming out of his twitching body. And the one dust wolf that has given up is like in cuffs next to him now on the ground, and like security guard's dead body just like flops onto the cuffed dust wolf next to him. All right, so
Don't worry, he's gonna get his.
You guys clear the room. There's still just like burning rubble all around you, a huge dent into the metal of the floor where Guy's body exploded. The felt of the card tables is still just like on fire. As Vlad has slipped away. So just then Eddie comes in on your comms. And he's like, "Hey, are you guys still fucking alive? I hear gunfire like crazy down there. What the fuck's going on?" On
So
all of your comms.
he's over the comms.
No, like your personal
of the casino.
Your personal comms.
Oh, see. Fucking. Do I know what happened to Guy? Was I conscious when that happened?
Yeah, you saw it go down.
Okay. My best friend's dead. We killed everyone here. Head to the fucking port, and we're gonna kill Vlad and get the fuck out of here.
He's like, "Roger that. Where's Vlad? Do you have visuals?"
Does he have any secret exits out of his office? He's in his office now.
Eddie's like, "Fuck. I was afraid of this. Yeah. He's got a spaceport built to the bottom of the mountain. He's got a fucking tunnel that goes down there and everything. You're better off just coming back here. We're gonna have to chase him down in the spaceship."
Fine, let's go.
All right. So you guys run to the front of the biosphere. You pull Eddie out, and you hijack. You literally like pull on vac suits as you're like running out of the airlock, and you hijack one of the little shuttle transports to take you back to the air pad because it's about half a mile away.
Okay.
And
while
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was gonna say while we're doing that, if Karate wants to show me the keys to all the ships, I could probably identify the best one.
That's true. Yeah, he could immediately identify any of the ships in there.
I also want to do something for flavor.
What?
Just as we're like shutting the elevator to go back up, I want to take the bag of grenades, pull the pin on one of them, put it back in the bag, and throw it out the door into the main casino floor.
All right, sweet. As you go up the elevator.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like I want to burn this motherfucker down.
That's what Eddie wanted. So first thing he says when you get back up, he's like, "Good, the bag's gone. You fucking blew everything up." And then just as he says that, it's just like, like the whole place starts just rumbling as fire like shoots out the shaft of this cargo elevator that you just stepped out of. And he's like, "Oh well, fuck. With that, I think we should fucking go." And you guys like run towards the airlock, like pulling vac suits on along the way. And we're supposed to end right now. So if you guys want to do one more like 45-minute session, we're just going to do your final space battle and then like the farewell next time. Are you guys cool with that? Or do you want to?
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with that.
I mean, I'm excited what I'm gonna do next session.
You're gonna cheerlead us on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a force
gets to play
ghost.
Octavia.
here's the best part. Now that we know you are an android, you could just play a different guy at the next spaceport that like
I was kind of hoping there'd be like a reveal, like they go to the next spaceport and they're like looking around and you hear like, "Oh, hi."
Can I help you? Okay, well, actually, that gives me some ideas for next time, Guy, for the ship. So I'm gonna say you pick out like the nicest, one of the nicest ships, Nostaro Aerospace, a really amazing free merchant Hikari with all the upgrades. This must be some scaver ship that was here on vacation or something, because they have a lot of nice equipment on here. And as soon as you guys like run across in your vac suits across this open spaceport on the face of this asteroid, ships are taking off all around you as people are fleeing this place. You know, the people that have survived. You see Vlad's private ship take off from like the other side of the mountain and start heading up towards the atmosphere, and like you guys step into the elevator of the ship and like are lifted up into the hole, And just then, a bot in like a workman's uniform steps out, and it's a Guy Flanell model, Oldman Gasco, and he steps out and
Woo!
he says, "Hello, have you seen Karen?"
God, what the fuck? Scream. Black.
And the screen goes black, and that's where we'll pick up next time.
Cool.
That'll be great.
And
Yes.
next session
Love it.
should be very short. It's going to be literally a single space battle. And then like the farewells or like, what happens next kind of thing. And that's where we'll end our season. So there will be one more episode. So make sure you come back next time. We're going to have another like an hour-long episode as we just wrap up all the final kind of stuff. And we might do like, we haven't done an after the game in a long time. We might do like a 20-minute after the game conversation to talk about the campaign as a whole. That kind of stuff. So definitely tune in next week. It should actually be our last episode ever. We'll have a date for you guys very, very soon. And that was awesome. Congratulations. You guys mostly survived.
Yes.
And even though Guy didn't
man.
survive, it made it way more interesting. And we have another guy to work with now. So
There's now
Yes.
a new guy.
that's right.
He's like a Cylon. He just keeps coming back.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh, I want this guy to be evil. Like HK-40, whatever from the Star Wars. Oh my God. That'd be
Well,
so
now that I
cool.
know that guy's a robot, different guys can have different personalities.
Personalities.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like when Charlie said, "Oh, the next guy," I'm like, "Okay, cool. I already know what this guy's gonna be like."
So
Nice.
just so you know, as you guys search through the ship next time, you'll find that it belongs to a certain Cervantes CEO and his wife. So the guy is programmed more per their attitudes than like the old man's
Dope.
Fuel Co. attitude, basically. Yeah, awesome. And real quick, let's just give quick shout outs. Guy Flanell, our amazing android grandpa, has been played by Ruben from the Kid Tested Mother Approved podcast. It's a weekly podcast he does with his mom. They talk about movies, and it's awesome. And they're on everything except Spotify, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent. Anything else, Guy?
I mean, if you're in the Bay Area, I do stand up all around Bay Area. So if you're out here, you can find my schedule on like my social medias and stuff. Cubics Rube on Instagram, I believe. I post about it on the KTMA stuff. So following anything Kid Tested Mother Approved, you can always find out about us there.
Excellent. And Karate Junction, our badass warrior, is played by Ra, who is a comedian in Atlanta and a nerd culture curator. Ra, where can the kids find you?
You can find me on Twitter, mostly at Island Goth, or I'm also starting a new podcast coming out soon. And if you like leftist politics, it's a Southern Fried Leftist podcast. You can find us on Twitter and on Patreon.
Perfect. It's called Southern Fried Leftist Podcast. That's the name.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds great. Hikari Jinsoku is played by our very own Falsaries, the edgiest, coolest, badass motherfucker in the group.
Tulane.
The pilot.
Tulane.
And you can find Falsaries on Instagram and on our Discord for late night casuals or midnight casuals. He runs a little
Yes.
chat room kind of fun midnight conversation we do from time to time. And he also appears on a lot of other awesome shows. And you can find him on the Twitter and the Instagram, right? You're on Twitter now?
Yeah, rarely, but I'm on there, airing my grievances against Scientology and capitalist overlords. So yeah, find me on Twitter.
Perfect. And Jupiter,
Yeah.
I'm not going to give your plugs for you. Jupiter is played by our good friend Easy Sailor, the Mutton Chop Commander. What's your plug this week, sir?
So I just want you guys to know I'm actually a stand-up comedian from Guam. Just on my new podcast, Southern Fried Leftist. Really check it out. I tour all over Atlanta. It's fantastic.
You sound
I had a-
amazing
I
and
had
very
a-
sexy.
Yeah, thank you. I actually had a big part in the new Jumanji movie. You guys should check that out. You can see me in the background of the bizarre scene where the little annoying guy blows up from cake.
Yep. And The Rock was really nice.
And The Rock was an amazing meet. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Can't
how
say
many
enough
times have
things
I
about The
talked
Rock.
about that? Shit.
Just once. It was literally just one time. All right. Thanks again, everybody who tuned in. This will be up as a podcast in about a week, so make sure you check that out. If you're listening to some podcast, hit that subscribe, follow button. Same thing if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, just keep coming back. We love you. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be back with our very final wrap-up episode and recap of season 1 next week. Please check back then, and we love you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Chopshop!